South Kazakhstan State Pedagogical University. Faculty of Natural Sciences, Department Geography. Subject Economy and Business. Lecture 1. The subject and methods of economic theory. Questions and tasks. First, introduction. Second, methods of induction, deduction, analysis, synthesis. Third, levels of economic studies. The term economy from the Greek "oikonomai" means farm management. Economy is the economic activity of society and the totality of relations in the system of production, distribution, exchange, and consumption. The main function of economics is to constantly create such benefits which are needed for human activity, and without which society cannot develop. Economics helps to satisfy human needs in a world of limited resources. The economic society is a complex and comprehensive body which provides the livelihoods of every person and of society. In primitive society, the level of economic development was low, providing consumption on the verge of physical survival. First, primitive people procured the means of subsistence by hunting and gathering. But as a result of the Neolithic Revolution originated agriculture and livestock, the development of the society led to the division of labor and social inequalities that gave rise to social classes and the state having slavery. Gradually developed barter, which first took the form of barter but with the advent of money has become a trade. However, in societies of the ancient world and the Middle Age was the predominant subsistence farming. From the end of 25th century began the era of great geographical discoveries that led to what happened in global economy and the era of primitive accumulation of capital. Since the last quarter of the 18th century, the Industrial Revolution, which led to the fact that in most developed countries, the majority of the population by the end of the 19th century were employed not in agriculture and in industry. The prevailing economic system was capitalism. There was a process of transforming a traditional society into a modern agrarian society to industrial society. In the 20th century, in a number of countries, have a set of a common socialist economy. In the remaining countries was the development of capitalism. In the second half of 22nd century began the technological revolution, which resulted in the industrial society in most developed countries has become past industrial. Economic theory studies the processes occurring in the economy. The object of economic theory is the economy as a distinct sphere of human activity. The subject of economic theory is a set of economic relations covering production and non-production sphere. Economic relations are the relations which come in men and actors, firms, households in the economy. Economic relations include industrial, organizational, economic, and socio-economic relations of society. Method of induction, deduction, analysis, synthesis. The historical method is a method of scientific cognition involving the study of economic phenomena and the processes inherent in the sequence of historical development. The logical method is a method of scientific cognition involving a comprehensive and in-depth study of cause-effect relationships established between the studied phenomena. The method of image is the method of scientific cognition, involving the construction of graphs, charts, histograms, line graphs, and so on. A measure of criteria and indicators of the investigated phenomena with the help of geometrical science. The main directions of development of economic theory, mercantilism, 17th century. According to the theory of mercantilism, the main form of wealth is money, in the form of gold and silver. Source of this wealth is the sphere of circulation of money. The state should actively intervene in the economy through a policy of protectionism. Theocracy 18. According to the theory of Socrates, source of wealth is production, limited agriculture. Industry is a barren field, as only recycles the products of nature and agriculture. Artisan the army to its barren class. Classical school, 17th-19th century. According to this school, the source of wealth is production at all. the condition for efficient production, free competitive market economy. The state should not interfere in the economy. Marxism from the middle. 19. The source of wealth is labor. Capital is the cause of generation surplus. Value through the exploitation of labor of the employees needs centralized control of production based on public ownership of the means of production. According to the neoclassical school, late 19th century primitive market systems capable of self-regulation. Government intervention is limited to providing an enabling environment, legal, external, and internal. Keynesianism with the 30s of 22nd century, the market mechanism is not able to provide socio-economic stability of the society. The government should actively regulate the economic and social sphere. Monetarism with the 17th of 22nd century, the market has great potential for self-regulation. Should the government influence the economy only in the event of a crisis and only through the monetary instruments? Levels of economic status. Macroeconomic status, individual economic units and their population, households, firms, individual markets, industry, utility pricing and development of production of specific goods, allocation of resources. Mesoeconomic status, the regional territorial population of economic units as an element of the national economy, regional economy, municipal economy, its structure. The economic growth of the regional economy. Microeconomic studies the national economic system as a whole economy, public sector economics, aggregate demand and aggregate supply, aggregate production and income, economic growth, inflation, employment, aggregates, a scientific measure of unity in one common a number of specific indicators. Megaeconomics examines the global economic system as a whole, the world economy, the international division of labor, global resource potential, world markets of goods and services, capital workforce, world trade, international monetary system.